Skol, Vikings Nation. Get ready to have your mind blown because we've got some piping hot Minnesota Vikings news that's shaking up the NFC North. Imagine this. It's April 6th, 2025, and whispers are flying that our beloved Vikings might be on the verge of a quarterback twist no one saw coming. Could Aaron Rodgers, yes, that Aaron Rodgers, be suiting up in purple next season? Here's the teaser that'll hit you like a Justin Jefferson one-handed catch. Reports are swirling that if our quarterback situation gets shaky, the Vikings could dial up the four-time MVP himself. Diana Rossini, an insider who's been on this story for weeks, says it's not just a pipe dream. There's a real chance Minnesota makes that call. So, buckle up, because we're diving into this wild saga to figure out if Rodgers is our savior or just another off-season rumor. Now, let's set the stage. The Vikings have been all in on J.J. McCarthy, our rookie QB with sky-high potential. But what happens if he stumbles? That's where this Rodgers rumor gets juicy. Our roster is stacked with Super Bowl talent, and a veteran like him might be eyeing Minnesota as his last shot at glory. Stick with me as we break this down, scene by scene. Do you think Rodgers could really join us? Drop your thoughts below. Picture this, Vikings fans. It's a chilly Minnesota morning, and the front office is buzzing. The word on the street is that if J.J. McCarthy doesn't hit the ground running, the Vikings might pick up the phone and call Aaron Rodgers. This isn't just idle chatter. Diana Rossini's been tracking this for weeks, saying there's a world where this happens. Even though the team's publicly backing McCarthy, why would Rodgers even consider us? Simple, our roster screams championship. With Justin Jefferson torching defenses, he had 1,400 yards last season. Jordan Addison emerging as a star, and Aaron Jones running wild, we've got the weapons. Rodgers knows this team could take him back to the Super Bowl, something he's been chasing since his last ring in 2010. But here's the kicker. Some of you hate the idea of Rodgers in purple. I get it, he's a Packers legend, and that rivalry stings. Still, imagine him slinging passes to Jefferson in US Bank Stadium. Would you cheer or boo? Tell me in the comments, because this could split Vikings Nation right down the middle. Let's rewind the tape a bit. Aaron Rodgers, at 41, is a free agent after a rocky stint with the Jets. 4 snaps in 2023 before an Achilles tear. Then a 2024 season where he went 7-10. He's not the MVP he was in 2021, when he threw 37 touchdowns, but the guy's still got a cannon arm and a football IQ off the charts. So why's he stalling? Reports say he's torn. The Pittsburgh Steelers are begging him to join Mike Tomlin's squad. They've got DK Metcalf now, and they're desperate after losing Russell Wilson and Justin Fields. But Rodgers isn't sold, he's holding out, maybe waiting to see if Minnesota blinks. Our roster's Super Bowl ready, and that's a siren song he can't ignore. Here's where it gets dicey, though. If he waits too long, McCarthy could shine in training camp, locking down the QB1 spot. What do you think? Should Rodgers take the Steelers' offer now or roll the dice on us? Hit me with your predictions. Fam. Okay, let's talk J.J. McCarthy for a sec. Our 2024 first-round pick out of Michigan was supposed to be the future. He led the Wolverines to a national championship with 2,991 passing yards that year. But after missing his rookie season with a knee injury, the Vikings are banking on him big time for 2025. Coach Kevin O'Connell's been hyping him up, saying he's ready to hit the ground running. But what if he doesn't? That's the crack in the door Rodgers is peeking through. Insiders say the Vikings haven't fully shut it. There's a slim chance they'd pivot if McCarthy flops in spring drills. Imagine the drama. A rookie battling a legend for the starting gig in Minnesota. So, Vikings Nation, here's your first big question of the day. Are you Team McCarthy or Team Rodgers? I'm torn. McCarthy's our homegrown hope, but Rodgers could take us to the promised land now. Weigh in below. I need to hear your passion on this one. Zoom in on Aaron Rodgers, sitting somewhere sunny, probably sipping a protein shake, pondering his next move. He's not ready to retire. Sources say he's still got fire in his belly after 20 NFL seasons. But his options are shrinking fast, and the clock's ticking as we head toward the 2025 NFL Draft on April 24th. The Steelers are his safe bet. Mike Tomlin's been courting him hard, and Pittsburgh's got a playoff-ready defense that ranked top 10 last year. Yet, Rodgers keeps glancing at Minnesota. Why? Because he knows our offense, second in the league with 387.7 yards per game in 2024, could make him look like the MVP again. Here's the suspense, though. Will he wait? If he holds out past June, hoping we call, and McCarthy balls out, he's left with nothing. What's your gut telling you? Does Rodgers risk it all for the Vikings? Let's debate this in the comments. Now let's paint the scene in Pittsburgh. The Steelers are sweating. Owner Art Rooney too said last week they're getting positive signals from Rodgers, but he's still not signed. They've cleared their QB room, leaving only Mason Rudolph and Skylar Thompson, neither a real threat. They need Rodgers. Meanwhile, in Minnesota, we're prepping for McCarthy's big debut. O'Connell's got a track record with quarterbacks. Look at how he turned Sam Darnold into a 3,900-yard passer last year before he bolted in free agency. The plan's clear. McCarthy's QB1, unless something wild happens. But what's wilder than Rodgers in purple? Picture him staring down the Packers twice a year. Lambeau Field would explode. Do you think Pittsburgh's getting nervous we might steal him? Drop your hot takes. I'm loving this drama. Time to get real, Vikings fans. Our roster's no joke. Jefferson's the best receiver in the game, with 98 catches last season. And Aaron Jones ran for 1,200 yards. Add in a top 15 defense under Brian Flores, and we're a quarterback away from hoisting the Lombardi Trophy. Rodgers sees that. That's why he's hesitating on Pittsburgh. The Steelers are good 11 wins in 2024, but their offense ranked 18th, averaging just 328 yards per game. Minnesota's a better fit for a QB chasing one last ring, and Rodgers knows it. He's played against us enough to respect what we've built. So here's the million-dollar question. If you were Rodgers, would you pick us over Pittsburgh? I'm leaning yes, our ceiling's higher. Tell me where you stand. Let's get this convo rolling. Let's flip the script. What's happening in Minnesota's war room? GM Kwesi Adofo-Mensah's been coy, saying back in March, "We're happy with our QB room." But he didn't slam the door on Rodgers either. That's the tease keeping this story alive as we hit April 2025. O'Connell's got a personal tie here. He and Rodgers go way back to the late 2000s, when they were both in the league. Rodgers even reached out last month, sparking those early talks. It's like a buddy calling to crash on your couch. Except this buddy's a future Hall of Famer. The suspense is killing me, fam. Do you think O'Connell's loyalty to McCarthy holds? Or does he cave if Rodgers pushes hard? I need your vibes on this. Hit the comments with your theories. Alright, let's talk stakes. If the Vikings call Rodgers, it's a seismic shift. McCarthy's our long-term play, still just 22, with a cannon arm and a winning pedigree. But Rodgers, at 41, is instant impact. His 4,115 yards in 2021 prove he's still elite when healthy. The risk? Signing Rodgers could mess with McCarthy's head. ESPN's Adam Schefter warned it might even push JJ to demand a trade. Imagine that chaos. Other teams would line up for him, leaving us juggling a legend and a disgruntled rookie. What's your call, Vikings Nation? Do we stick with the kid or roll the dice on Rodgers? I'm sweating just thinking about it. Let me know where you land. Now, let's zoom out to the NFL landscape. Rodgers isn't the only QB in flux. Jameis Winston's visiting the Giants, and Trey Lance just signed with the Chargers. But Rodgers to Minnesota? That's the headline grabber, especially with the Steelers hanging in limbo. Our division's already a war zone. Green Bay's got Jordan Love, Detroit's got Jared Goff, and Chicago's got Caleb Williams. Rodgers joining us would turn the NFC North into a bloodbath, and I'm here for it. 2 decades of Packers pain could get some sweet revenge. Picture this, Week 1, Rodgers versus Love at Lambeau. Chills, right? Do you think he'd thrive in that spotlight? Drop your hype levels below. I'm ready to lose my voice cheering. Let's crank up the tension. Rodgers has until late April, right before the draft, to decide. If he waits, hoping Minnesota calls, and we don't, he's stuck. The Steelers won't wait forever. Tomlin's already hinting at other options, like a young QB visit last week. Back home, McCarthy's our wild card. If he lights up OTAs, say, throwing 300-yard scrimmages, we're set. But if he struggles, the Rodgers rumors roar back to life. It's a chess match and we're all watching the board. What's your bet, fam? Does Rodgers sign soon, or does he gamble on us? I'm on edge. Give me your take in the comments. Here's where it gets personal, Vikings fans. I grew up hating Rodgers. Those Packers games still haunt me, like that 2015 Hail Mary that broke our hearts. But if he joined us, man, I'd have to rethink everything. A Super Bowl might just heal those wounds. He's got the pedigree, 4 MVPs, 10 Pro Bowls, and a 65% completion rate lifetime. Pair that with our offense and we're cooking. Yet, I can't shake the fear he'd bolt after 1 year, leaving McCarthy in the dust. It's a love-hate vibe. So, tell me, are you ready to forgive Rodgers for a shot at glory? I'm wrestling with it. Hit me with your raw feelings. Let's fast forward to training camp. Scenario 1. McCarthy's QB1, slinging it like a champ, and Rodgers is a Steeler. We're building for 2030. Scenario 2. McCarthy falters, Rodgers arrives, and we're all in for 2025. Which future do you see? The Vikings haven't won a Super Bowl 0-4 in the big game historically. Rodgers could change that narrative. But at what cost? McCarthy's our first-round hope, and I don't want him sidelined for a short-term fix. What's your vision, Vikings Nation? Long-term dynasty or instant title chase? I'm torn. Drop your dreams below. Okay, let's wrap this roller coaster. Rodgers to the Vikings isn't a done deal. It's a maybe hanging in the air, driving us nuts. Pittsburgh's the frontrunner, but Minnesota's the dark horse. And that's where the heartbeat of this story lives. I checked the latest. Nothing's locked as of April 6, 2025. Vikings.com and NFL.com say we're still McCarthy first. But the Rodgers buzz won't die. It's a waiting game, and every day ramps up the stakes. What do you think happens next? Here's my ask, fam. Smash that like button if you're hyped. Comment your Rodgers take. Love him or hate him, and subscribe for more Vikings news. Share this with your crew. Let's get the whole Skol squad in on this. One last twist, because this is Vikings football, baby. Imagine Rodgers signs, leads us to 12 wins, and faces Green Bay in the playoffs. Revenge tour complete or total heartbreak if we choke. That's the emotional ride we're on. Whatever happens, we're in this together. McCarthy or Rodgers, I'm screaming Skol till my throat's raw. This team's got Super Bowl DNA, Jefferson, Jones, Flores. It's just the QB piece left to solve. So, Vikings Nation, let's ride this wave. Hit like, comment, subscribe, and spread the word. Who's your QB1 for 2025? Let's keep this fire burning. Skol Vikings.